Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you're in either one of these two camps. So you're either making 10K a month with simple systems in place, or you're at $0 a month. This is much more likely. And you're surrounded by all this mess. You're watching YouTube videos constantly, you're distracted, you don't know which method to choose, which business to go for, which way you should get clients, how do you know if this is good, how do you know if that's good? It's insanely stressful, and I know exactly where you are because I used to be there. So in this video, I'm going to save you probably years of pain and stress and just show you what you need to actually do if you want to build a 10K a month business. Now, my name is Matthew, and I focus on helping people build copywriting businesses that get to 10K a month and basically allow them to live a life of financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, able to work anywhere in the world. And so let me just move into what I want to show you. So as I said, I'm literally going to save you years of your life if you look at what I'm about to show you here and apply it. Because most people who are starting businesses, right, they end up on this endless cycle of YouTube content where they're like watching this guy's video and they're waiting for the next one because they hope maybe in the next one he's going to give them the magic key to, okay, if I just had this one thing, I'd be able to make money. And really, you're never going to find that on YouTube because you're not really committed to anything. You're watching like a million videos a week. If I looked at your watch history, it's probably like a video from Alex Hormozy, then this guy, then this guy, then this guy. And you're wondering probably why you're not able to see any success with it. And I understand, it's really overwhelming. You're at the start, you don't know who to trust or what to do. So I'm not going to sell you anything right now. I literally just want to give you what I wish I had when I was like 18, 19, when I first started businesses. I'm now 25. I'll give you the 1 second overview of who I am and what I do. Here it is. So this is me. My name is Matthew. I've worked with some of the biggest companies in the world. I made 100K, my first 100K at 22. I worked with all these big Fortune 500 companies. I now coach beginners to build copywriting businesses just like I'm about to show you here. And this is my channel and all that stuff. And here's a student win of the week. Here's a guy who just came on with us in his first 37 days. He started getting a couple of paid clients. He got a second one after this. So here is what I wanted to show you. So this is literally all you need to get to 10K a month, and honestly, further than that. Like 10K a month is a very conservative goal. When I hit 10K a month, I thought I was gonna hit paradise and life was gonna be amazing. In reality, I just wanted to make way more, and I'm gonna show you how to do that, and this is a system for doing so. So let's look at what we have on screen here. We have foundations, then these 4 boxes, I like to call them machines, and we have a little sun here, right? So let's just break it down. Okay, so you wanna start a business. Let's say you want to start a freelance copywriting business. If you don't know what that is, in a one-liner, you basically write content for other online businesses and they pay you for it because that content will make them more money, right? And there's a whole system to it, but let me just break this down simply as in looking at any business, right? So any type of online business that you want to start, right, there's going to be the foundations. And these foundations are like understanding how to look at things. And if you don't do this, this is 100% actually the most important thing for you to look at right now is foundations. Understanding how to look at the world and how to look at business if you want to succeed in business, right? Because most people think that they're in their position now. You're wherever you are now, man or woman, and you're basically stressed because you don't know. You know, you're like, I want to make 6 figures a year, or I want to just get to 5K a month, or I want to do this, but I'm so confused. And everybody in my life is kind of telling me, like, if I say this to anybody, they're like, what are you talking about? That's so weird and random. It's probably not going to work. Bullshit, right? I encountered all of that resistance when I first started. And this is why foundations are where you start. Because if you understand how to think like a 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur, you will be able to get to that point. You will not be able to get there with the way you currently think, and it's just impossible because the way you currently think has you in the position you're currently in, and you don't want to be there anymore, right? So why would that way of thinking get you to where you want to be? You have to fundamentally change how you think and look at the world, and this is a process that'll take a little bit of time, but it's honestly something that like you could start applying today if you just understand how to apply these foundations. So once you understand like how to think like an entrepreneur and how you can think like a person who makes 6 figures a year, because I can tell you, right, there's a difference between the version of me right now who's making, a 7-figure company and all these things I've done, and the person who I was a couple of years ago where I was literally just skeptical of everything. I thought nothing was going to work. I thought, okay, drinking pints at the weekend and going and working my job. I thought like that's kind of the way life is. Even if I had a business, all I'm going to do is just work during the week and then do this at the weekend. Man, every day I get up now, I absolutely love what I do. I speak to people, I'm working like 14 hours a day and I love it because I'm like, I have so much control over my life, right? And so understanding how to think differently is the first key to actually succeeding in growing a business, right? And I'll show you how to apply all of this later in the video, right? I'll show you how to like actually where to dial all this stuff in, right? The next thing is service delivery, right? So these are the 4 machines you need to build a business that gets 6 figures a year as a freelance copywriter. First thing, you need to actually be good at copywriting. You need to know how to write, you need to know how to do it well, you need to have feedback on that, because if you don't have feedback, you're just telling yourself, okay, I think I'm better at this, but it's like, how do you know? You haven't had a professional's opinion on it. It's like trying to become a doctor and then operating on somebody and a doctor's never seen what you do. You could rip their heart out, you know what I mean? Most people think, oh, if I just post this, or worst case scenario, right? You join some free community and you think that the advice of other beginners is going to help you. Where it's like, okay, so I've posted my copy here and, you know, Abdul has just reviewed it and Abdul thinks that this is good and this is not good. Who the fuck is Abdul? What does Abdul know about copywriting? How much has he made? Probably hasn't made anything. So this is foundational thinking, right? This applies to all these different machines. And this video, by the way, this isn't fucking, I have no retention hacks in this video. If you want to click off and watch a video of some guy in a Ferrari, no problem, right? But what I'm showing you here is literally foundational advice to help you succeed, right? I promise this is valuable. So your service delivery, you need to make sure that you can actually write copy so that if you start getting clients and making a ton of money, like to actually make a ton of money and get clients, they need to see that you can actually do what you say you can do and that you can do it well. Because a business owner is not stupid. A business owner who has money coming into his business is somebody who understands how business works. And if they look at your work and they're like, okay, I need to pay someone to do this for me, and it's shit because you've been getting shit advice, or you've been reviewing it yourself and you think that your opinion as someone who has not made any money as a copywriter or has made very little, your opinion somehow matters. You feel like you place a high value on the opinion of someone who hasn't made a ton of money with copywriting, right? And I don't say this to be an egotistical dick. This is something I used to do. I used to think, okay, I'll just write my copy, I'll review it myself, and then I'll get better. It's like, okay, you can get a certain bit better, but it's like you're never going to get good enough to get paid. Like you need people who actually know what they're talking about. Again, it's like why do people who want to become doctors or surgeons or policemen or literally anything, why do they have, you know, their institutions in place to make sure they're good? Well, because you don't want a policeman just going out there and shooting everybody, and you don't want a surgeon going out there and pulling everybody's lungs out, right? And it's the exact same with copywriting or any service. So you need to make sure that your service delivery system is good. And so this process basically looks like writing copy every single day, having it reviewed by somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, and then doing it again the next day and getting better. And then after a certain point, if you have someone who guides you on like how to actually do that, you'll understand like, okay, I'm actually good at this now. I can actually feel confident. I don't feel like an imposter. I feel like I actually know what I'm doing. And then you have the client attraction system. This is a system. You need to have a system in place to acquire clients. You need to have a system in place that makes people interested in what you do. Whether that be you sending out cold DMs, you sending out YouTube content, you sending out emails. But the problem is people don't look at this like beginners. And look, I see this over and over again, bro. I coach people who are complete newbies, and I get them to 10K a month, and every single one of them at the start thinks they're doing it the right way. And it frustrates me because it's like, if you knew what you were doing, you'd be making the money. You wouldn't need me to coach you, right? Again, I'm not meaning to be a dick here. I want to give you the most honest, raw advice I can give you here. So you need to have systems in place, and a system is not, oh, I think this Instagram DM method might work and I can message these 5 people and do this thing. How is that? That's not a strategy. That's not a system. That's just you deciding you want to do that one day and then hitting and hoping that it will actually work. And if you want to do that, no problem. But you won't have a 10K a month business. You certainly won't go any further than that. All right, so client attraction system. So you need to build a client attraction system. You need to have processes in place and an actual strategy of like, okay, this is the type of person I want to work with. this is how I'm going to find those people repeatably, predictably. This is how I'm going to get in contact with them. This is how I'm going to get them in front of my business. Because you're building a business here, right? It's easy to just look at it as like, oh, I'm making money, I want to bring in cash. But like, if you really want to make money, you have to look at it like a business. At the start, bro, all I did was like, I just want to bring in cash, right? And it's definitely a good mindset where you're like, oh, I just want to bring in cash, because that's the most important thing, is bringing cash in. That's all a business is. But you need to understand, like, if you want to actually make this a business that will make you money consistently and not just once, which I used to do, you need to have systems in place, right? And it's super simple to put those in place if you know what you're doing. And then you have a client conversion system. So now loads of people know about you. You've sent like 1,000 people know about you. How do you turn them into clients? You have a client conversion system. So you maybe have a one-page website, social media pages. You can handle Instagram DMs or emails, and you have a process for making sure that those people all have the same process for booking a call with you and becoming a client. On the call, you close them as a client, right? And then we have the economic system. The economic system is very simple. You look at all the things that you're doing in these systems. So if I send out 100 DMs, how many people reply? Okay, so let's say we look at the client attraction system, right? We take our economic view on it, right? Boring, but this is what makes you tons of money. And we look at, okay, maybe today I sent out 100 DMs to the business owner the type of business. Let's say I want to work with health and fitness companies, right? I've sent out 100 DMs to health and fitness business owners on Instagram, right? And this is the exact message I sent to all of them. Then I also sent out 100 cold emails to those types of business owners, like a different 100 people. And on Instagram, I got a 10% response rate. And on email, I got a 5% response rate. So that tells me Instagram is a double the response rate. And so with your economic system, you basically can be like, okay, well, I can see all the numbers. I can see what's working. If I just send more people messages on Instagram and less cold DMs, I'll probably get more clients and I'll probably make more money. And this is all just understanding the numbers. And this is so simple and it's boring. I put it off for years myself. And it's the reason I wasn't able to scale as quickly as I wanted to. And honestly, I would have made so much more money if I was just not an idiot about this. And then at the top here, we have the sun, right? Me. We have the sun, which is the winning niche. So you need to have a winning niche. You need to basically know that this type of person, this type of business owner needs this type of copy. And there's an offer I can do that's going to work, because lots of people jump in and just think, oh, I'll just sell email copywriting to health and fitness companies. And it's like, show me 5 people who are doing that successfully and show me how you're going to repeat that. Because if you can't do that, there's probably not money being made there. Look at where money is being made and repeat it, right? And all of this stuff, if you follow this one by one, right, you have the right winning niche, and it basically determines the results of all of these machines. If you understand what a winning niche is and how to do that, then you just follow through these machines. You get through the foundations. You start here. You make sure your mindset's right. Make sure you know how to look at things. Then you go to your service delivery. You're like, okay, I need to get good at copywriting. Then you go to client attraction. Okay, I need to bring people towards me. Okay, I need to turn these people into clients. Okay, how do I dial this all in and make way more money? That's it. That's it. You don't need to worry about, you know, what the latest Iman Gadzhi video is, or Alex Hormozi, or 50 billion different things. Fundamentally right now, you're not looking at things in the right way, and that's okay, because you're a beginner and you can change that. And honestly, it's the most exciting part, because you're at the beginning. Every win you get, like I have this guy, I told you, Faturi, and he is like, for him, like I wish it's like when you watch a good TV show and you wish you could watch it again from the start and not know what happened. This is exactly what's happening for my boy here, because when he gets a client for $500, he is buzzing, right? And when I get clients for like 4K or 5K, it's kind of just like clockwork now, because I'm like, okay, well, you know, I've done that before over and over again. And so you are at the most exciting point. And so honestly, all I could tell you is just understand that, like, if you don't have to watch a video from me ever again. You don't have to pay for coaching with me, or you know, basically get all these systems handed to you if you don't want to. But just understand, like, if you just look at it in this way, if you just actually dial in, if you're like, okay, what you have to do today is, first of all, you need to look at your foundations. Then you need to look at service delivery, client attraction, conversion, economics, get a winning niche. If you just do these things in this order, you will make 10K a month. Undeniably, if you can do these things right. But the problem is, on YouTube, you get distracted. That's why I made the thumbnail basically like this, because when you know how to apply these things, when you have clear focus, you have some people telling you how to do this stuff, it's way easier. Like it's actually impossible on the left here to make any money. I'm gonna be honest. Like if you're watching videos, scatterbrained, you don't know, you're watching this video and then this video and this guy tells you what to do and then this guy, you've honestly got no idea what you're doing. It's like going to the gym and being like, today I'm gonna do yoga, tomorrow I'm gonna do deadlifts, the day after I'm gonna do sprinting, and then the fourth day you're like, why am I not making any progress? Well, pretty obvious, right? So look, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. There's going to be a video up on screen. You can also work with me if you want to get sick results. If you are actually in a position to invest in yourself and get coached by me and basically surround yourself with winners who are all doing this stuff. If you want to be surrounded by like absolute killers who are making money online, getting clients as copywriters, doing what it takes to actually make money, and just getting coached and just getting shown the way and just not having to worry about like 50 billion YouTube videos. If you want to spend a little bit of your money and not spend your time, like the next 5 months, for example, wasting it on YouTube, you can apply down below for coaching with me and my team, and we will just get you these results. Like all I want to do is get results. That's all I care about. I don't care about Lamborghinis or any of that shit, right? I just want to help you get results. So book that call, or email list should be down there as well if you want to get some emails from your boy. And yeah, have a good one.